The eCom Seller Summit was created to prove that with the right tools and training, anyone and everyone can make money in e-commerce. So many people want to try their hand at e-commerce, selling on eBay, Amazon, Shopify, and more, but they're afraid they won't be successful. This summit will show you that there's many ways to do e-commerce, and there are many platforms you can explore, because e-commerce really has no limits. It really can pay your bills, and e-commerce never sleeps. There's nothing like waking up to profits from getting sales all night long. My name is Nicole Whitlock, and this is the eCom Seller Summit.
Hello guys, welcome to my TED Talk. Oh, this is my Badley Talk, all right? My name is Badley. I'm the Director of Training here at Helium 10, and I have a lot of experience on the other side. You know, like whether you guys are selling on Amazon or not now, I've been in your shoes. Before I worked here at Helium 10, I was a consultant for Amazon sellers. I launched over 400 products. Then I came here to the software side, but I still continue to work with Amazon, testing what's working, what's not. I launched 40 products last year, just in my spare time because, like 50 hours a week I'm spending here at Helium 10. I only had like 5-10 hours a week I can dedicate to these case studies I run. So the bottom line is I'm not talking about something that worked in 2015 today. I'm not talking about something that I used to do, 8 years ago. These are strategies that I'm using right now to launch products. These are strategies that people in my network are using, and they work. All right. So I especially want to talk to those of you who maybe are just getting started on Amazon. Maybe you've been selling on Shopify or Etsy or other websites, and now you're thinking about, how do I start on Amazon? But at the same time, if you're an experienced Amazon seller as well, I'm gonna give you some new things hopefully to think about when you're doing these two very important things, which to me are the pillars of the Amazon journey, which is product research and keyword research. You can't sell on Amazon if you don't know how to find the opportunity, all right? If you don't know how to find a product to sell, right? You could have the best product in the world, but if you don't have the right keywords in the product, that does you no good. So that's why I chose those two topics to talk about today: product research and keyword research. How do you find a product opportunity here in 2021 to sell on Amazon? And I'm mainly going to be talking about the private label opportunity, all right? I believe there's other speakers here, a lot more talented than I in other fields, such as arbitrage and wholesale. I've dabbled a little bit into arbitrage and drop shipping and things like that. But in this talk, we're going to talk about the private label, because in my opinion, that is just what you can really exponentially increase your income with this model. So let's talk about product research first of all. There's some concepts I want to get across to you. And as you guys will see, I might be wearing Helium 10 shirt and have this fancy background, but this is not going to be some Helium 10 only sales pitch or anything. A lot of this stuff I'm going to give you is valid regardless if whatever tools you're using, or even if you're not using a tool. All right, I'm going to give you guys a lot of conceptual things that's very important for you to understand if you're going to sell on Amazon. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is kind of like the buyer's mentality on Amazon. All right, and it's something that as a seller, it's the first step you need to take to make sure you understand what your goals are and what the game is before you even start looking for your product. Right, super important. And you might think this is like no-brainer stuff, but you'd be shocked how many Amazon sellers out there don't get these simple concepts, and a lot of them fail because of it. All right. So I say this all the time when I speak, because I see this as a big problem in the industry. So for example, if you're starting a vlog, right, for YouTube, or you want to become an Instagram influencer, what is it suggested you choose as the topic? It's not just something random, right? What's suggested is, hey, what are you most passionate about? Are you an avid baseball card collector? If you are, you probably made a fortune in the last year with how much prices have skyrocketed. But if you're an avid baseball card collector, that's your passion, that's what you should make your blog about, or your vlog, right? Because it's going to come across better. You're going to be more successful on that. You're very knowledgeable about it, and you're very passionate about it, and that's what you're going to be successful. That is great. Guess what, guys? It's not like that on Amazon. If you can find something to sell that you are passionate about or that you do have a lot of knowledge, that is amazing. That's a unicorn. All right. Don't expect it though. Go in expecting to sell something that knew existed before. Now, here's what I mean about that. On Amazon, it's all about finding demand. There's got to be something in demand, but where existing competition is underperforming, right? Or you know that you can go in and do better, all right? And 9 times out of 10, if not 99 times out of 100, these are going to be in niches or categories that maybe is not your forte. You cannot just say, I'm just looking here at my desk, what I have here. You can't say that, oh, I'm the world's foremost expert on whatever the heck this is. This is to clean a computer screen spray. All right. Number one, if nobody is looking for this on Amazon, it doesn't matter how much passion in the world you have. It's not going to amount to anything. You could have the best window cleaner in the world, but if nobody wants that product, you can't sell it. Does that make sense? Conversely, what if it's something like iPhone phone cases? Maybe you're an expert on iPhone phone cases, or this is your passion, you collect these or something like that. That's not going to do you good. There's a lot of demand for this, iPhone phone cases. I mean, everybody wants iPhone phone cases, right? But guess what? There's thousands and thousands of sellers selling almost the same thing. So in that situation, there's demand, but the competition is already saturated. All right. So it doesn't matter how much passion you have about that or how much you know about it. It's not a guarantee that that's going to translate to success on Amazon. What is success on Amazon is finding a product that a lot of people want, but whatever they find right now on Amazon is either non-existent, like they can't find what they want, or whatever is coming up right now, you can do something better, meaning that you're going to be able to take some market share, even if you're a little bit late to the game. All right. That is what we're going to be mainly talking about today in product research. So one of the questions is like, all right, we know what, opportunity might be, right? Or now I'm going to give you guys that in a little bit, but what is not opportunity? We mentioned phone cases. So what are some indications that something is not in demand? All right. Or that is something that is not indicative of opportunity. Let's get into that right now. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. Hopefully this is going to work. But I'm on Amazon.com, and I always search for the same thing. This is my one thing I always do is just collagen powder, just because it's an inside joke. I found this years ago when I first started here at Helium 10, and to me, it's just like a great example of what not to sell on Amazon. So this is going to be indicative of what is not opportunity. And let me explain why. All right, let's just take a look here at the first line of search results. What jumps out to you? I wish this was live so I can get your feedback and everything. But what jumps out to you right now? For me, it's the number of these reviews. Like look at this. 70,000 reviews. Like, how is that even in real life? 70,000 reviews. We see over here 38,000 reviews, 15,000 reviews, 18,000 reviews. These products are well established on Amazon, has a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not buyer proof, but social proof. There we go. Social proof, right? That people like these products, all right? And you can just see that all over the place here. We got thousands, tens of thousands even of reviews. Now, like I said, you have got to think like a buyer, all right? You've got to think like a buyer. Me personally, I just bought something yesterday on Amazon. Here it is right here. It was a HDMI cable, right? I had a bunch of options I could choose. It was what this is a HDMI to HDMI micro. That was like the keyword I searched, and then I found some products that were $9, some that were $8, some that were $7. But the one I picked the one that had like 7,000 5-star reviews. And there was another one that was $2 cheaper, 20% cheaper, but it only had like 5 reviews. And I was just like, I'm not sure if this is, going to be a good product or not. So this is, one of the points that you have to understand is that when a buyer goes to a listing or a search results, there are certain indications that they're looking for. Does it have good reviews? Are the pictures nice? Things like that. When you see something like this that has thousands and thousands and thousands of reviews, it doesn't mean it's impossible to sell there, but it's just going to be a really hard sell. Why? Why? If you're going to come in with a new product, how many reviews are you going to have? 0, 1, 2, 3? You put up a no-name product, if you're not a brand name, and with 2 or 3 reviews, and compare it to these products here that has 70,000, what is 99 out of 100 customers going to pick if all else is equal? Obviously, if your product was $1 and theirs were 40, they might throw you a bone and give it a try. But let's just say we're all talking about equal things here. Hardly anybody's going to buy your product. Like maybe your aunt who recognizes that it's your brand or something like that. All right. You're not going to be able to compete in niches like this where it's completely saturated. Okay. So that's one indication that it's not opportunity. Another indication that's not opportunity is the number of sales. All right. So like things on Amazon have to do with sales velocity. That's how Amazon kind of ranks products in search results, is how well do these products convert for these keywords. All right. Because remember, how does Amazon make money? All right. How does money get in Jeff Bezos' pocket? If somebody's got to search for the product and then they see what they like and then they buy it, right? Now, Amazon gets 15% of that from the seller, okay? So Amazon is incentivized to really close those sales. How do they do that? They're like, hey, if we see a product that is interacting well with a keyword, like, hey, man, everybody who's searching for collagen powder, they seem to be buying this product. Well, what do you think Amazon's going to do? They're going to move that up the search results so that it's one of the first ones that is seen, all right? So that's how Amazon decides what is on page 1. I typed in collagen powder, and there's hundreds of products that are collagen powder, but there's only one page 1. All right. How did those products get there? Is by a lot of conversions, a lot of sales. All right. So I'm going to show you this tool we have, X-Ray. It's a Chrome extension, and I just clicked it when I was off screen right there. And this is, I'm still here on the collagen powder page. Look at these estimated number of sales. This is how many units that these products here on page 1 are selling. This is ridiculous. Thousands, tens of thousands of units. Some of these are doing close to 1,000 units a day. 9 figures. Not 9 figures. How many figures is that? 7 figures. I wish they were doing 9 figures. That would be pretty cool. It's 8 figures total here on this page, I think. Yeah, look at that. 8 figures. Over $16 million of revenue on this page. And some of these are doing 9, or I keep wanting to say 9. Like, I'm getting greedy. 7 figures, and some are 6 figures on here, right? So this is a lot of sales velocity that these products have. So you, as a brand new product, can you compete with this? I mean, are you going to be from day 1 and day 2 and even like in week 3 of your product launch? You think you can like compete with these sales numbers? There's no way. There's no way that you're going to be able to compete with them, so that even if you do get to page 1 of the search results, whatever method you're using, you're going to fall off because you're not going to convert for this keyword as well as these products are who have been established for a while. All right. What are some other indications that there might not be that much opportunity? There's little things here or there, like well-optimized listings. Like if these listings all have 7 images and videos, doesn't make it impossible to compete with them, but it means that these are sophisticated sellers. It might be more difficult to knock them off their perch. They have all 5-star reviews as opposed to 3-star reviews. Hey, again, you can't really hone in on a weakness, right? If everybody's got 5-star reviews. Again, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's impossible to compete on a page where other sellers have 5-star reviews. I'm just saying it's one less thing that you have that is, that could be opportunity for you. There's a lot of different things here that could mean a lack of opportunity. So with that in mind, we got to kind of like think about, well, what would signify opportunity, right? We just talked about number of reviews. Like having too many reviews is an indication that is maybe not opportunity. So what's the opposite of that? Well, the opposite of too many reviews is not many reviews, and thus meaning possible opportunity. Does that make sense? If everybody on page 1, or a lot of the sellers on page 1, only have 50, 100, 150 reviews, that is a lot easier to compete with as opposed to 70,000 reviews. That makes sense? Conversely, what if a bunch of listings there on page 1 all had 3.5 stars out of 5 only? You would know that's opportunity because you can come in, right? And if you know you have a much better product than them, you've got a 5-star product, instantly you're going to be more attractive to potential buyers. These are just some of the many things that you can be looking for. Now, what you can do is just start typing in random search terms on Amazon and looking, right, for these things. You might not see the sales if you don't have this Chrome extension. By the way, if you're following along at home, which I hope you are, you want to do what I'm doing, just go to helium10.com/extension. You'll be able to download this Chrome extension that I was just using for free. But you can do that in your own time later. I'll give you that link again later. But anyways, you could just download that free Chrome extension, right? And just start going randomly to pages and then looking at those estimated sales, maybe looking at the search volume, things like that, looking at the number of reviews. But I'm going to show you guys a faster way to do it using Helium 10. And again, this is nothing earth-shattering right here. Many tools have this similar functionality. So if you're using a different tool, no problem. Just follow this, at least, methodology. Even if you're using a different tool, that's all right. All right, let's get into it. Let me show you guys how we can, without just having to randomly search on Amazon, how we can look for opportunity. All right, I'm going to go into our tool, product research and black box. And what I'm going to do, first of all, is I'm just going to look for a product. All right, so what indicates demand of a product? Like, how do you know something is in demand? Remember at the very beginning, I had said something very important for opportunity on Amazon is if there is demand, right? If there is demand. What indicates demand? Sales. If a product is being bought a lot, obviously there's demand for it. Otherwise, why would people be buying it? All right. So I'm going to say, actually, let me first pick a couple of categories. I want to do something different. I always do like kitchen and dining and home and kitchen. Let me try something different here. Let's try pet supplies and patio, lawn, and garden. A little bit different. And I'm going to put, I said sales indicates demand, right? Let's go with like something selling between $4,000 a month estimated and $10,000 a month, all right? I'm also going to put here a price. I want the retail price to be, let's say, between $20 and $40. You put whatever you want. Once you get your own black box, you put whatever you want. The reason why I'm not putting like $6 or $7 is I don't want this product to be that cheap, meaning my profit's going to be so small when you consider all the cost to manufacture and ship it and Amazon's fees and all that stuff. So if I have a product between 20 and 40 retail, usually there's some pretty decent potential profit margins in there. We talked about too many reviews is an indication of lack of opportunity. Well, I'm going to say, hey, show me something that's a max of 100 reviews. All right, 100 reviews. I could do, you know what? I'm going to do the rating. I would love to see a product that has like less than 4.25 stars. All right. What else can I do? I'm going to open up this advanced filters here. I don't want to see wholesale or arbitrage, right? In this context, I could search for wholesale and arbitrage products here. One of the indications that something might be wholesale or arbitrage is if there's a lot of sellers on it. So I'm going to say, hey, show me the ones that only have a maximum 2 sellers. So it's probably just one seller. They might have 2 different SKUs on their product. But if you have a product that has like 10, 15 sellers, it's probably a brand name product that's being wholesaled or people are buying from Walmart and trying to sell on Amazon. I mean, there's tons of stuff I can do here. I'm going to do variation max 1. What does this mean? Variations on Amazon is when you have like one product, but then you can see there's like a pinwheel of colors and stuff like, oh, here's a red one, here's a blue one, here's a green one, or different sizes. Here's a small, extra large. If you're a brand new seller or you're trying to find your first product on Amazon, I don't suggest doing products like that. I suggest doing the standalone products instead of trying to having to think like, all right, which colors should I invest in? Now I have to buy 5 times as much originally. No, don't worry about that for your first product. I'm going to put max there. I wonder if I can find some products that have a maximum of 4 images. All right. On Amazon, as buyers, we like to see a lot of images. We want to see what the product is, right? But what happens is if you see a listing where they only have like 1 or 2 images, usually that means it's a seller who's like a rookie. They don't even know what they're doing, right? And again, those are the kind of sellers that you could probably compete more easily with. So this might be a little bit too narrow. It might not give me enough results, and if so, I'll have to expand this out. Okay, there's 14 here. That's pretty interesting. All right, let's just take a look. Let's just take a look at some of these things here. We have some plants. We have a ceramic replacement. What is this? Sweat cage model? Is that like a type of bird or something? That is interesting to me. That's selling about 200 units a month. Okay, I might have to take a look at that again. There's a battle axe. What? These are snails? That's crazy. People are selling. Are these like? Well, I got to look at this, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't prepare any of this. I always like to just do this live, even though this is recording, obviously. I swear I didn't prepare any of this. I like to show that, hey, I don't have to prepare this to find opportunity. I'm just doing this right off the cuff. All right, I need to look at this because it looks like these are snails that people are selling. Nerites. Yeah, these are snails. Did you know that you could sell snails on Amazon? I was today years old when I found that out. That is interesting. Wow. Okay. There's some product opportunity. You have a source, or are you breeding snails at your house for eating algae? Well, this person here is selling $5,000 a month worth of snails. Now, if that's not crazy, I don't know what is. We got some shovels here. We have animal eviction one-way door excluder valve. The heck is that? These are in, guys, what did I tell you at the beginning? The things that you are going to find are things that maybe you had no idea even existed, right? Let me see, which other one do I want to look at? I don't think anybody here is going to be interested in selling snails. I want to look at this other one, this sweat, and I might be killing that word. Like maybe the T is silent or something. Okay, yes, it does look like it's some kind of bird cage, right? And we see it's $12.95, but before the price was $20.99. So that's interesting. The price has been going up and down. All right. By the way, this is just a Chrome extension here that shows me the price history. Remember, I had put, hey, I want stuff from $20 and $30, and it looks like earlier today it was at $20, but for some reason right now it's at $12. But there's an interesting opportunity. What else? Where was that other one that looked kind of interesting? This one, animal eviction products. One-way door squirrel. Okay, I don't know what this is. I don't have squirrel problems here, but this is interesting. Let's just take a look at these numbers here of what this product was doing the last time we checked. It's selling about $5,000 worth a month. All right, it only has 63 reviews, only 4.2 stars. Look at this, only 3 images. Something to note. Not only is this not a good listing because it only has 3 images. Let me point here. This is not an Amazon compliant image. The main image on an Amazon listing has to have a white background. They're not doing that here. When I see listings that only have 3 images, they make rookie mistakes like that. And also, usually in situations like this, the rest of their listing is garbage. What do I mean by that? Look at these bullet points, super thin bullet points. They're not even using they're not even getting a lot of keywords in here. It's not very descriptive. This is just not good. All right, so I like this. This looks good. This looks interesting. So what it would be the next step? All right, so I know I can compete with this guy. Like I know that if I could come up with a product around for that price, I can knock this guy out of the park because he has bad listing and bad images, and I know I can do better. But what is the key on Amazon? How is this person getting $5,000 of sales? All right, how? Well, the majority of sales, unless somebody's doing some crazy social media campaign, it comes from search, right? So if I tell you that this product is making $5,000 a month or grossing $5,000 a month, what would you want to know about this? Think about it. What would you want to know? Well, I want to know, what keywords are people searching for to find this product? What keywords are people searching for to find this product? Because if that's the way that they're making sales, right? Watch. This is how you can do that. And this is just should boggle your mind, because if you were selling these, if these are cages, I don't even know if these are cages in like Home Depot, and you were a manufacturer of this product, right? And you wanted to do some competitor research, would you be able to go to your local Home Depot, to the aisle where these other cages are being sold, and just look at those products, and within like 1 minute, know exactly what the customers who bought your competitors' products were thinking about and what they wanted right before they purchased it? You might be thinking, that's crazy talk, brother. That's crazy talk. Kick him off stage. What are you talking about? Yeah, of course. That's ridiculous. You can't do that. But guess what? On Amazon, you can. Within a minute, I'm going to know exactly the main keywords that people were thinking about and searching for before buying this. Watch how we do this. I'm going to take the ASIN of this product right here. I'm going to copy it. And let's go to another tool here. This time, let's go to Cerebro. All right, I'm going to paste it in here. And I'm going to hit Get Keywords. Now, what this is doing is it's finding all of the keywords related to this product. It's going to show me all of the keywords where this product is showing up in the first 306 results on Amazon. It's going to show me all of the keywords that they're running sponsored ads on. And right away, I see something here, 0 sponsored keywords. Again, another indication that this seller doesn't know what he's doing. He is not running any advertising on Amazon. I can't believe that. Like seriously, what are you doing, dude? You need your own one-way exit for a squirrel, because this is not a good Amazon seller here, all right? Now, how does a product get sales from search? Well, think about the last things that you bought on Amazon. Did you scroll to the page 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 to find the product that you eventually bought? Most likely not. A lot of our purchases, if not all, come from the first 20 or so, listings. So what we're going to do is I'm going to say, hey, I want to know what keywords that are searched for at least 1,000 times a month, all right, 1,000 times a month, and where this product was showing up like in the top 20 positions. All right, so that means it's on page 1 of the search results, all right? And let's filter that out. And nothing came up, all right? Hold on. Let me change that search volume and go a little bit less. There we go. All right, so we've got some keywords here that 500 searches, and let's see, I didn't put enough of a filter. Let's say page 1, let's go 40, 1 to 40. There we go. All right, so take a look at this one. Repeater trap squirrel. I have never heard of that. I know what a squirrel is. I know what a repeater is. I know what a trap is. But put those 3 words together, you're speaking another language. Guess what? There's 500 people a month who search for that keyword, and this product is number 1. It shows up at page 1, position 1, the last time that we checked. Animal trap squirrel. One-way door for raccoon, it's showing up. Animal traps, squirrel traps. These are all of the keywords that they are on page 1 for. Whoops, my humongous head is in the way. Sorry about that. You can see these keywords right here, all right? So now what's the next step? All right, so this is probably one of the main keywords. Let's click on this, and let's just see what else comes up on Amazon. Aha, okay, you see? Look at this. Now, this obviously is a keyword that people are searching for to find this kind of product. And look at that. You can see it right here, just like Helium 10 said. Here it is, page 1, position 1. By the way, if you're wondering why these aren't position 1, well, these are sponsored ads, as you can see right here, sponsored ads. That's the PPC that this guy's not even running. So we can see similar products here. We even see people showing ads with videos. So these are who I would be competing with. And the fact that he can get Amazon's choice in page 1, position 1 and be at the very top means that this is what people are searching for if they're searching for this keyword. And it's very unique. Like this one, excuse me, this one here does seem to be very similar, to it. But this one probably is a wholesale product, because look, there are 15 people who are selling it. This one is a private label product, all right? So we just found opportunity in like 5 minutes. I'm not saying, hey, everybody go turn off this broadcast or press pause and go out there and try and source this, all right? But if you did want to do that, how would you do that? Well, maybe I'm curious if there's anything like this in Alibaba. Alibaba.com is, a sourcing website from China where they have lots of factories. So I typed in repeater trap squirrel. I wonder if anything like that shows up in Alibaba.com. All right. I can do that right here from the Chrome extension. I'm going to hit this button. Okay. And let's see on Alibaba.com if there's any such thing. Boom, goes the dynamite. Look at this. What do we have here? This looks like almost the same exact product, right? We can see some prices here, $8 to $15, right? We can see $8 to $9. Literally, this looks like the same product that we just saw, right? So let's just say that, obviously I can go out and check these listings on Alibaba.com and get a real quote. But I can see that probably my price would be around $9 or $8, let's say, right? So maybe now I'm wondering, well, what would my profitability be? If I got this product, right? I'm going to use another tool right here. Let's just do a quick calculation. Profitability calculator. All right. So this pulls in all of the information from this listing. Move that to the middle here. All right. So it's got the size and everything. And I'm going to say, hey, the cost would be $8.50. And let's just say the shipping is like $250 per cubic meter. And let me just say, hey, I want to have 10% PPC spend, or cost of sale, total cost of sale for my PPC. Take a look at this. The margins on this would be 35%, 60% ROI. Who wouldn't want to make $11 a unit on this random product right here? How long did it take us to find this, guys? Yeah, I know it took us about 10 minutes right here, but that's just because I was going slow and showing you the steps. There is opportunity out there. But did you see the steps? Did you see the steps that we took in this situation? We first did a search with whatever our indications, what we personally think is opportunity. I put in what I think, what I like to look for. What you want to look for might be something different, all right? I wanted something between $20 and $40, not many reviews, not many images, et cetera, right? And within just a few minutes right there, we were able to find a potential product to sell. Now, am I passionate about squirrel, whatever the heck that is, traps? No. Do I know anything about it? No. But guess what? If I'm going to sell that, I'm going to make myself passionate about it. I'm going to become an expert in it so I know how to make the listing and so I can really connect with customers. But, I actually happen to be passionate about baseball cards, but baseball cards is not very good right now for Amazon. That's not a good market. This could be one because there's not that much competition. So that's the way that one of the ways that you can search for opportunity. Now, let's say that you did decide to go with that. What would you do for the keywords? That was the second part, and we talked a little bit about the keywords. I gave you one of the steps right there, which is going in and finding where that product is getting their sales from, all right, where they're getting their sales from. Here's another thing to do. Let's say it's something where there's more than just one competitor. Like here, this looks like it was one of the only ones that was super unique, right? But what about another market, all right? Let me show you guys another one here. And before I get into the keywords, I want to show you one quick thing that doesn't really have to do with Helium 10. It's just something cool I wanted to show you guys. Last year, we found something, egg holder, all right? We found this actually using the black box. We found it, but when we got here, it was something similar to this. In other words, this reminds me a little bit of that collagen peptides results, right? It's just a lot of the same exact stuff and thousands and thousands of reviews. And we're like, you know what? This might be a little bit too late to really sell on Amazon, because this seems a little bit more established than others. But what happened was, when you see something dominated by a certain material, like this, it seems to be plastic and metal, what you can do is sometimes you can go to Etsy. Whoops, what am I doing there? Etsy, and I can search for egg holder, the same keyword, all right? The same keyword. Now, what do you all notice right here on the egg holder search results, right? What do you notice right here? These are all like wooden ones. Isn't that interesting? These are all wooden egg holders that are showing up here. All right, so it's very different than here. So what you can do is say, hey, this is going to be a little bit ahead of the trends on Amazon, and you can maybe get these products produced in this other material and then stand out a little bit more on Amazon. Now, we talk a little bit more that there's a lot more strategy that's involved in researching something like this. All right, it's not just, oh, look here, the wooden ones are great. Let me just go ahead and put it up on Amazon. No, there's a little bit more investigation, but you can see how interesting this is, how the results are almost completely different than what you see on Amazon. So if you are doing that black box search from Helium 10, and then you go on Amazon and you're like, ugh, it looks to be a little bit too late, for me to sell, throw it up on Pinterest, throw it up on Etsy, and see if there's some other trending things. Now, the reason why I say that is that sometimes things on Etsy and Pinterest are months and months ahead of the curve, all right, ahead of the curve than on Amazon. Why? Well, we just talked about if we were going to get that raccoon or squirrel trap made in China, right? What kind of process is that? What kind of process is that? If you're going to make something in China, which a lot of what we do here on Amazon, a lot of what we do is probably made in China or India. We're talking like a 3-4 month process. Like, hey, let me get some samples. Let me get a prototype. Let me inspect it. Let me ship it all the way from China. It's a good 3-4 months. These sellers on here on Etsy, these people are making it in their own garage right here in the United States, right? Or in their own workshop. They have an idea about a product. 3 days later, it's right here. They see something trending in the world. 3 days later, they're going to have it on here because they just make it right there in their shop, right? So that's why sometimes things on Etsy are way ahead of Amazon, okay? So let's just take this a pretend thing and just say, hey, we're doing a wooden egg tray. How can we find the best keywords for that listing? Let me show you guys the way I would do it, all right? Let's go to wooden egg holder here. All right. And what I'm going to do, by the way, this is actually our product right here. This is the product that we made. We did this thing on YouTube. We did this thing on YouTube where we did a series called Project X. You can search for it, Helium 10 Project X, where we showed exactly how we found a couple of products, and then we did through the whole entire process, A to Z, how it launched. And a year later, this is still selling strong. You can see other people have come on, but they're hardly selling anything compared to us. All right, so let's just, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the listings on this first page, and we're going to pretend that we aren't selling a wooden egg holder yet, but that we want to, all right? So let's go here, and it's really important that when you are trying to find the right keywords, right? And this is, guys, this is the name of the game. The name of the game on Amazon is keywords, right? You got to understand the buyer's journey. When you want something, all right? When you want something, you have this need, right? Remember I told you about the need I had to get that HDMI cable? The reason I had that need is because I bought a new camera, right? And the old cable didn't work. So that the need came up in my mind. And so I'm like, all right, I think I can get this on Amazon. Now, when that happens, and you guys can, I want you to think back. I want you to think back right now, the last time you bought something on Amazon. You probably had this exact same journey. A need came up. Then you had an image in your mind of what would hit that need. For me, I was like, all right, this is going to be like a 3-foot long cable. One side is HDMI, one side is mini HDMI. It's probably going to cost around like $9. I want a black one. to go with my black desk here, et cetera, right? That image came to my mind. Now, what do? Do I download that image in my mind into Amazon and the product comes up? No. I have to what? I have to translate that image in my mind into a keyword. All right. For me, it was HDMI to micro HDMI cable. That was the keyword that best described to me that image in my head. Typed it into Amazon. Results came up. It was like, I found the one, like I told you, that was $9. I bought it. All right. Is that the same process that you've taken? Probably so. Probably so. That's the same process that everybody takes on Amazon. All right. When they're searching for generic keywords. So that's why keywords are so important. Is the name of the game with keyword research is you need to have all of the different keywords that a customer, a potential customer who would be interested in your product, all of the different keywords that all of those potential customers would type in to describe your product so that you can be searchable. Does that make sense, guys? All right. If I was a seller of this HDMI cable, right, and I didn't have those terms, HDMI or micro HDMI micro cable in my listing, guess what? The thousands of people who are searching that keyword, they're never ever going to see my listing because I'm not ever going to show up. I can only show up for keywords that I have been indexed for by Amazon, that I'm searchable for. And to be searchable, you got to most of the time, you've got to put them in your listing, right? So this is why keyword research, guys, is so important. All right. So what are we trying to find? We are trying to find all of the keywords that somebody could potentially use to search for my product. And this is another mistake that sellers make is they only think about themselves. They think, all right, for this cable, I would have searched for HDMI to HDMI micro, and that's it. No, there's probably 100, 200, 300 different ways that people can describe the same product. All right. So don't just assume that the way that you search is the same that all of your potential customers are going to search. No, you've got to find all those different ways. Guess what? Some people even search in Spanish in the USA. In Amazon Germany, some people search in English. All right. So you got to understand how to have those keywords in there too. So what we're going to do right here is, in order to understand, if I have a new product, I'm starting from scratch, right? But I don't have to start from scratch because I'm going to look for the products that are really similar to my product in like form and function and price. And I want to see what keywords are driving their sales, all right? What keywords are driving the sales of these other products, all right? Let's go ahead and choose some right here. Let me, I'm too far zoomed in. Do that one. Let's go ahead and do this. And look at this brand, Nana brand. What the heck is that? Let's go ahead and do this one. Gee's Chicken Coop, that's ours. That might be about it. These are the good ones. All right, I'm going to run this in Cerebro, okay? So now here I am in Cerebro, that same tool that I was just using to find the keywords for that squirrel trap. Now I'm looking for multiple products, all right? And this is where you can really kind of like hone in on keywords that are relevant to you. Because in this situation, I'm going to look for keywords that all of these top products are getting sales for, all right? Not just one, not just two, but like at least 3 or 4 out of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, show me the keywords that are searched for like at least 400 times. But if I were to average out where these products are showing up in the Amazon search results, they're all on page 1. Because that will really tell me, hey, this is a super important keyword for a wooden egg tray, because every single one of the top wooden egg trays on Amazon, they're all on page 1. Does that make sense? All right, so let me show you how we're going to do it. I'm going to say minimum ranking competitors 3. Basically, that means, hey, at least 3 or 4 out of these ones that I put here, they're all on page 1. And I can do that by saying competitor rank average. Hey, where are they all like kind of like on average between 1 and 30? And let's see what keywords come. Look at that. These are the top keywords for this product. Now take a look here. We've got wooden egg holder, wooden egg tray holder, fresh egg holder, countertop egg holder. These are searched for hundreds and thousands of times And these look at this. I would not have thought of that, right? If I wasn't in this market. This is a wooden egg holder, but guess what? These listings are on page 1 for ceramic egg holder. Now you might be thinking like, that's crazy talk. Why would if I was searching for a ceramic egg holder, I would never want a wooden one. But guess what? Not everybody is you. There are people out there who might not even know wooden egg holders exist. They're looking for something fancy, right? So they type in ceramic egg holder. They get to the page. Let's take a look at it right now. They'll see some ceramic egg holders, right? But then as they're scrolling, like, oh, this is interesting. I see a lot of nicer. Look at these wooden ones. These look pretty cool. How cool is that? You know what? I don't need a ceramic one. I want to get this wooden one. All right. Guess what? If you never did this keyword research, you probably would not have put ceramic in your listing, and you would never come up here in these search results for ceramic. Where did I go with my Cerebro? There we go. Egg storage for countertop, etc. Let's just see what's the keyword for. Let's go to the Spanish. Let me just see if any Spanish keywords come up here. Show phrases that contain huevos. Are there any keywords that are searched for at least? Here we go. Look at this. Canasta para huevos. This is like a egg basket, if I'm not mistaken. Cartón de huevos. An egg carton, right? 12 eggs. All right. These have, they're not searched for thousands of times, but hey, look how many hundreds of people are searching in Spanish for these. If you didn't know that people were searching for these keywords in Spanish, guess what? You would have never put these keywords in the back end of your listing. So this is the absolute best way to be searching for keywords, is look where your competitors are ranking highly for. Now, here is one thing I want to show you. I'm going to actually go back to this page here. I was showing you keywords where all of them, like 3 or 4 out of them, are all ranking for. But guess what? Sometimes there's products where one seller is doing really well for some keywords, but others are not. All right? Now watch this. I'm going to show you how to find that here. This is advanced. And this is, remember how I said, hey, you can do some of this stuff in other tools. This you can't do in any other tool. We're the only ones to offer this kind of functionality here. I'm going to say, show me the products where maybe there's only one listing out of all these 4 that is like ranked in the top 10. Let me just see if there's anything like that here. Okay, we have some. All right, look at this. Here we go. Fresh egg holder countertop. This is searched for 900 times a month. But let me look here. Look here. There is only one listing. These are the ranks. These are the ranks. It's showing the ranks of those competitor products, right? Look, there's only one that's number 4. The rest, they're all like maybe on the bottom of page 1 or page 2. What does that mean? Why is that important? Well, this is a good keyword. However, this means that it's going to be maybe easier for me to get to the top 10 here, because the other ones that are like my product, they're not even at the top of page 1. So it's not like I even have to compete with them for that real estate. I'm only competing with one of those competitors. Let's see if there's any other keywords here. Egg tray holder, deviled egg holder. Look at that, deviled egg holder. There's only one listing that's performing well for that product. All right. Chicken display. Like, you might think, what in the world does chicken display have to do with this? But this is why you let the data speak for you. All right. Don't just assume that you know decorative egg carton. Don't assume that you understand how every single person is going to search. Rely on the data. All right, guys, let's review what we talked about today. All right. We talked about the concept of what is not opportunity on Amazon. Too many reviews, saturated market, sales velocities that you could never think of competing with. All right. The reviews are all amazing so that you have no competitive advantage. Those are all potential indications of a lack of opportunity. You take the opposites of those, and that's where the opportunity is going to potentially be. low number of reviews, newer products, bad listings, poor images, low number or low star rating. These are all things that could indicate opportunity. Find those using a tool like Helium 10 Black Box. Within minutes, we found a potential opportunity. We could check the price on Alibaba.com, check our profitability, and boom, within 5 minutes, we had a potential product that we could sell on Amazon. That's what it takes to sell on Amazon. Find these niches. Don't just find one and laser focus. Find like 10 or 15 of them. Start your journey looking for the products. Really vet it, verify it. Is this really opportunity or not? What are the other indications? And then again, once you are ready to go, you've got the product, the next step is the keyword research. And there's two main ways when you're talking about existing products on Amazon that you can find what are the best keywords. Is you want to find the products that are very similar to what you have planned to make, like with form and function and price, right? In other words, what are the products where a buyer would consider your product equal to these other ones, right? The ones that are making sales, find out where those sales are coming from. What keywords are driving the sales of those products? And then guess what? Those are the keywords that you need to have perform for you. It's like your competitors did the research for you already. You're just taking advantage of what they've already done and vetted out. And so that's your advantage now as a seller who's coming to this market after it's kind of launched. All right, guys. So these are very important steps. I hope you found this interesting. Those of you who signed up for the full workshop here, I think you guys are actually getting a bonus, which is the ultimate guide to listing optimization. So I'm sure you guys will get emailed that later on, because product research is just one stage. Keyword research is another stage. Stage 3 is how do I put it all together and make an actual listing? Well, that's what that ultimate guide is going to be. So for those of you who upgraded, you're going to get that as a free bonus. If you guys want to try out Helium 10 yourselves, we got a special just for anybody here. You don't have to, for anybody who's has attended, you can just hit this coupon code right here. So just go to helium10.com, helium10.com. You can use this code eCom Sellers Summit, eCom Sellers Summit 50. Sorry, eCom Sellers Summit 50, and that'll give you 50% off your first month of Helium 10. So just take a little picture of the screen right here, and then just go to helium10.com, sign up for the account, upgrade to the platinum using eCom Sellers Summit 50, and you'll get 50% off your first month. And just start diving in, guys. This is super fun. All right, this is super, super fun. Like, I'm recording this at like 3 in the morning right now, and I'm excited because no matter how many times I go through this stuff, I always find new and interesting things. Like, now I know what a repeater squirrel trap is. All right, and guys, I want you guys to have that same fun. But more than that, this is not just a hobby. All right, have that fun going down these rabbit trails or squirrel trails, and then instead of just ending it at, oh, this is fun to look at potential opportunity. No, go ahead and commit yourself. Get something started, all right? Start your own business on Amazon using these techniques, and then let me know how you did in the future. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. See you later.